afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Seoul. With my teacher and Didi's blessings, I would like to invite you all to my first ever Kathak solo. Before I begin, I would like to introduce all of my amazing musicians today. On tabla, we have Tanmay Chuji. For recitation, we have my teacher, Andrea Levy. And on recitation and manjira, my sister, Sana Indap. On vocals, we have Surtal Singh Ji. On harmonium, Ragini Kormomi Ji. And finally, on sorrow, Ben Kimon Ji. I am so thankful that you all took the time out of your Sunday afternoons to come and watch me dance for an hour, and I hope that you get something out of your time here. This solo is an important milestone in my progress as a dancer. Although technically I did begin this journey 11 years ago when I first took my first Kathak class as a 5-year-old. I've been practicing for this solo for the last 4 months after watching my guru sisters perform in a solo of their own, and I knew that I wanted to do my own solo. Another thing that I really wanted for this solo was to combine my two passions, one of which is dance, and then the other is raising awareness about climate change. And thus, the idea for, thank you. And thus, the idea for Seoul was born. So as you might know, this concert's purpose is to raise money for new solar panels at my dad's village's school in India. Actually, while I was preparing for this solo, I found out that my great-great-grandfather founded this school. And so it would really mean a lot to me if you all donated through the two links, paypal.me/soulconcert or gofundme.com/soulconcert. And don't worry, I will be reminding everybody about donating throughout the entire performance. So you will not forget. So for my next piece, I will be exploring soul as music. Did you know that in the famous Do Re Mi song, the fifth note is actually the word soul, S-O-L? This next piece is called Thaat, which literally means style. Like we say in Hindi, kya thaat hai? It's an improvised exploration of rhythm. Just like in Indian classical singing, where the singer can play around with the cycle and the music, go in all directions, but then end back on some, or the first beat of the cycle. In the same way, in Thaat, I will be improvising with the music with stylized movements and ending every piece on some. This particular Thaat will be danced in the taal Dhamar, which is a 14-beat cycle. This is actually the first time I'm ever performing in Dhamar. I actually learned it just a few months ago for this solo specifically. And all of the compositions have been created by the late Pandit Chitresh, whom we refer to as Dadaji endearingly. And he passed them on to my teacher, Andrea Levy, who has now given them to me. And I'm so honored that I have the opportunity now to share them with all of you. Dhamar, 14-beat cycle. Light, te, de, ta, a, ga, bi, na, hi, de, ta, as. J chord, which is very strong. tabla in the background, I'm just transported back to this time where there were 30 to 40 girls all packed into this room in awe of Dadaji, who at 7 years old could not only dance but also sing and play the tabla all at the same time. And he used to say things to us like, "You hate me now, but you'll thank me later," or "You should be practicing so that when you're 6 years old, your granddaughter will bring home her boyfriend, and you'll just practice in front of him like, and he'll be so afraid of you," and just other funny things like that. I think one of the biggest gifts that he passed down to my guru sisters and I was his innovation within tradition of Kathak yoga. Yoga comes from yoke, which essentially means uniting the mind, body, and breath all into one unit. In Kathak yoga, a dancer not only dances, but also sings, usually a different pattern than what her feet are doing, and also plays an instrument all at the same time. Now, it's taken me quite a few years to perfect this skill, but now I'm challenging myself even further. For today's Kathak yoga, I'm going to be attempting a 9.5 beat cycle that my Dadaji experimented with in Shav, where my dance teacher, Ankara Didi, and her guru sisters performed. A 9.5 beat cycle is especially tricky because it's very disorienting for musicians and dancers. We always expect that last beat to end, only it cuts a half a beat short. So it's very hard to keep track of where you are in the cycle, but also difficult to make compositions fit onto 9.5 beats. So for today's 9.5 beats, I will also be playing harmonium at the same time, which takes heavy concentration and intense footwork. And I'm sure that by the end of it, the soles of my feet will be hurting. 9.5 beat cycle.